Well, hello again and welcome to reading of the Septuagint, the book of Tobit, and we're up to chapter 5. Tote apokrithes Tobias epen Tobith to patriautu panta hossa en tetalsai moi poieso pate. And then, having answered, Tobias said to his father Tobit, all things, as many as you have commanded to me. This is a perfect middle from in telemai, second person singular. From in telemai we get a vowel gradation and a reduplication here. So as many things as you have commanded to me, O Father, poieso I will do. Pos de dunesamai autoleben parautu kai autos uginos ge me kai ego uginos gon auton. But how will I be able, Laban, to take auto, this is referring back to the silver, the money, parautu from him, that is from our brother Gabael, Gabaelos up here, and how he does not know me, and I do not know him. Tisemeon do, what sign, do is subjunctive here, might I give doi to him, and we get an optative here, so and he would recognize me, and would believe me, and would give the silver to me. Kai tas hodus tas esmedian uginosko tu porothenai eke. And I do not know the paths, the roads that lead to media. We get 2 plus infinitive here, so as to go there. This is, well, it's probably not really good classical Greek, but so it's for the purpose of going there, but it's quite Hebraic in structure here. Tote apokrithes Tobit, and Tobit then answered him and said to Tobias his son, Kerographon auto edoken moi, kai kerographon edoka autoi. So he gave to me his cheirographon. This is a bond or a handwritten, literally written by hand, so a handwritten note. It's only here in the Septuagint. It does actually occur in the New Testament in Colossians 2:14. So he has given me, we might call it a promissory note, and I gave a promissory note auto to him. Kai dihelon es duo, and I divided it from dihairio. I divided it in 2, and we each took 1. And I placed it with the silver. And now behold, it is 20 years since, this is from Paratithemi, I put away this agurion, this silver. And ego at the end is emphatic, since I put away this silver. And now, my son, seek for yourself a man who is piston, who is trustworthy, who will go with you, and we will give a reward to him, or perhaps a payment to him, whenever, so hios hotu, up to the time when you come. So I think the sense is we'll pay him for as long as he's with you, and when he gets back we'll give him recompense for that time, and take from him this money. And Tobias went out, Setesai Anthropon, to seek a man, Hos Porusetai, who will go with him into Media. Hos Empire, this is means experienced with the journey. The word, it's a late word, I think it occurs in Polybius, in a similar setting, who knows well, who's experienced with the journey, and it's taking the genitive here. And he went out and he found Raphael, the angelon, the angel, Hestokota, standing opposite him, and he didn't realize that it is an angel of God. Raphael is one of these angels of God. These angels appearing as humans or these divinities appearing as humans is an idea going all the way back to Homer, probably earlier. So he didn't realize that it was an angel of God, and he said to him, Pothin a Nianiske, from where are you, O young man? And he said to him, Ekton huion Israel ton delphone su kai elelitha hodi gatuesthai. So these angels are not above telling little white lies here. So he said to him, from the sons of Israel, your brethren, and I have come here, ergatuesthai. This is a late word, possibly a neologism here. We get ergasdamai, of course, is the standard word for work, but here it's it just means to work. It's to work hard. It's only here in the New Testament, this particular late form. Only here in the Septuagint, I should say. Kai apen auto, and he said to him, do you know, from epistemai, do you know the journey to go into Media? And he said to him, Nigh, yes. Polakis ego again, man, many times I, literally, I was there. Kai empera, there's that verb again, and I am cognizant, I'm experienced with it, and I know all the roads. Pleonarchus, many times I have gone into Media, and I have camped beside Gabaelos, your brother, who dwells in Ragois of Media. You think Tobias might be a little bit suspicious here, because this person seems to know a lot about him without him knowing anything about this person. Kai epeke hodon eromon hemeron duo tetagmenon apo ekbatanon es raga. And it is distant. Now it's a journey of 2 appointed days, literally 2 appointed days. Probably here, it's an expression I think that comes from in earlier Greek. I think it's in Xenophon. It's 2 days normal journey, so it's 2 regular days, as opposed to journeys that are very difficult if you're going up and down mountains all the time, which would take you longer. So I think it's 2 regular days from journey from Ecbatana to Ragois. This is the accusative form of that place. For they lie in the mountain. And he said to him, this is Tobit says to him, Mainon, imperative, remain or wait for me, young man, Mekri hotu, until the time when, having gone, Hupadexo, I will explain, I will reveal it, I will explain it to my father. Crayon ga echo, for I have need that you go with me. and I will give to you your reward, so your payment. And he said to him, Behold, proskarterio is the verb here, which literally, it's a New Testament verb as well. It means to persevere, but here it's probably just hang around. I'll just wait around. So behold, and it's just a present. It's a contract epsilon verb. So I am waiting around here. Monon only, me chronises, do not delay. Literally, do not make time. So chronisdo is the verb to delay. So don't take your time about it, perhaps. And having gone in, Tobias explained to Tobit his father, or revealed it to Tobit his father, and said to him, Behold, I found a man from among our brothers of the sons of Israel. And he said to him, this is Tobit says to Tobias, Kaleson, imperative from Kaleo, call to me the man. Hopos, so that epigno I might know what is his race, and of what tribe is he, and if he is trustworthy, in order that he might go, meta, su, that he might go with you, my child. Kai ex-Aelthen, and Tobias went out and called him and said to him, Young man, the father calls you. And he went in to him, Kai retisen. This is another one of these Septuagint verbs. It's kairetisdo, so it's a late verb. It means to say greetings to, so hence just to greet. And so Tobit firstly, now it's protos. Tobit was the first. It's actually an adjective, not an adverb here. Proton would have been more natural, but so first, Tobit was the first. He greeted him. So Tobit greeted him firstly, we'd say in English, and said to him, and he said to him, that is, the angel says to Tobit, Kairein soi malagenoito. May it be to you, Kairein, to rejoice muchly. Polar adverbial. And Tobit answered and said to him, Timoi eti hupake Kairein, why is it still possible for me to rejoice? Kai ego anthropos adunatos tois ophthalmois, for I am a man who I can't see. I am useless with my eyes, and I do not see the light of heaven. Ala entoskote kaimai, and I lie in darkness like the necroi, the dead, who no longer see the light, the ones no longer seeing the light. Son ego en necrois ami. So, participle, although I'm alive, I am among the corpses. I hear the voice of men, and I do not see them. Kai epen autothase, this is imperative here, and he said to him, Take heart, engus paratotheo easesasthai se. This is the infinitive here from iapamai, to heal, and it's probably meant to be taken as the subject of this little clause here. There's no article. You'd expect to easesthai, but it's something like healing is, understand, near to you from God. So it's articular infinitive without the article here, but it's being used almost as a noun. So healing is near to you from God. Thase, imperative from thaseo, take courage. And Tobit said to him, Tobias, my son, wishes to go to Media. If you are able to go, so now it's a question, so it's something like tell me, understood, if you are able to go with him and to lead him. And I will give to you your reward, your payment, adelphe, O brother. And he said to him, Dunasamai porothenai metautu, I will be able to go with him, kai epistomai, and I know all the ways, all the roads, kai palak is oftentimes, oikomen, this is from oikomai, another word for going. Oftentimes I went to Media, perhaps I used to go, because it's imperfect. I used to go to Media, and I went through all of its pedia, its plains, and the mountains, and all its ways I know. And he said to him, brother, what sort of patria, what sort of ancestry are you? So from what ancestry are you, and from what tribe? Hypodexon, imperative, we've had this verb several times, explain it to me, or show it, make it known to me, O brother. And he, that is the angel, said, Tikreon ekes phules, what need do you have of my tribe? And he said to him, I wish Gnonai to know, ta katalethean tinas a. Now katalethea is adverbial, I think here, truly. So I wish to know of what you are truly, O brother, and what is your name. So I wish to know, well, the ta is your affairs, really. I wish to know your situation, and of whom you are truly, O brother, and what is your name. And he said to him, Ego Azarias Ananiu tu Megalu. I am Azariah, the son of Hananiah the Great. The Azariah means in Hebrew Yahweh has helped, which is an appropriate name in this context, from among your brethren. And he said to him, Hugiainon elthois. Now this hugiaino verb is to be healthy, to be well, and it's odd being used here because it gets used about 7 times or so in this particular section. Sorry, 8 times I think in chapter 5. It's not a rare word, but it's odd that it's used so many times. So this is a optative of wish. May you go well, healthily, and so zominos, and being kept safe. So being safe, O brother. Kai me moi pikranthes. This is from pikrino. In the passive. So it's to probably something like harbour bitter feelings. Do not be made bitter. From pikrino. O brother, because so it's don't be upset, don't be annoyed, because I wish to know the truth and of your lineage, your patrion. You chance being a brother, so you in fact are a brother, i.e. a fellow Jew, and from a noble Genea, noble race or ancestry, and you are alethes, and you are a true man. You are agathes, sorry, is a good man. Yes, so you are agathes. This is a third declension adjective. You are a good man. Eginos skon Hananiah kai natan tus duohuius semeliu tu megalu. I used to know Hananiah and Nathan, those 2 sons of Semelius the Great, and they themselves went along with me to Jerusalem and they used to worship with me there, and they were not led astray. This is from planao. This is aorist passive, because he mentions before that many of his fellow Jews had apostatized, and he says, but they did not go astray. They were not led astray. Your brothers are good men, and you are from a good rhizdes, literally a root of a tree. So it's just a metaphor here. So you are, we would say, you are from good stock, to change metaphors. And may you go, optative of wish, chiron, happily, rejoicing. And he said to him, I give as a payment soy to you, 10 hemeran, literally the daily drachma, and the dionta soy homoios to hiu mu. This is expression here, something like, and the needs for you. So it's he's giving him daily pay plus expenses. So the things that are needed by you, and likewise for my son. So it's a bit like our the extra money you get for your living allowance, for your daily allowance, and also for my son. Kai paruthati, imperative, and go with my son. Pros tithemi is to add or increase. And further, I will increase, I will add to the payment for you. So I will give you even more. And he said to him, and then hoti recitative here, so inverted commas, I will go with him. And do not be frightened, we will go ap eleusamai. This is this ionic future from erkomai, which is the standard future in late Greek. And there we get that verb again, hugiainon ontes. So well, we will go, and well, we will return to you, because the journey is asphales, is safe. And he said to him, may there be a blessing on you, O brother. And he called his son and said to him, boy, prepare the things for the road, and go out with your brother. And God, who is in heaven, Diasosai, will keep you safe there, kai apokatastesai, and will restore you to us. There's that verb again, hugiainon tas, well, or so in good health. And his angel, sun. Now this is an imperative here from sun oduo. So may his angel go on the journey with you with safety, O child. And of course, this is ironic here because he doesn't know that this is in fact the angel of the Lord, but he says, may his angels essentially look after you. Well, of course, he literally is. Kai exhale then, and he went out to go on his way, and he kissed his father and his mother, and Tobit said to him, Paruru hugiainon, go in good health. There's that verb again. Kai eklausen hemete, and his mother wept, and said to Tobit. And now, of course, whenever she speaks, she always sort of, in the Greek, it's always very slightly odd in what she says. She's always slightly obscure in her language, and the aphorisms she uses are often unclear to some extent. So she said to Tobit, why is it that you send out my son? Ugi autos rabdos tes choros hemonestin, is he not a star for rabdos? for your hand, because he's blind, so he leads him around. And he himself, es poruatai kai ek poruatai. This is a Hebraism here, or Hebrew expression. He goes in and goes out before us. In other words, he does the heavy lifting. Argurion to argurio me phthasai. This is again this obscure expression here, and it's not quite clear what it means. Phthano is the verb here, meaning to anticipate. So it's literally gold. Let not gold anticipate or wait for. Sorry, let not silver anticipate or wait for silver. So it may mean something like, don't use money, because you're paying this guy to take him off, don't use money to get money. Ala peripsema tu paidiohemon genoito. Peripsema, again, it's a late verb, I think. It's used in 1 Corinthians 4:13 to mean dirt or scum. It's connected with the verb psao, to wipe. And so this is a wiping. So it's something like, let it be wiped clear of our son. Well, what does that mean? Possibly something like, let the money be written off for the sake of our son. That is, forget about the money, just concentrate on our son. Hos dedotite sein heimin paratu kuriu. Now again, sein is an infinitive here, but it might be being used with like tot sein as a subject. So life, since life has been given to us from God, this is sufficient for us. And he said to her, me logon eki, literally do not have a word, in other words, shut up. Hugi einon, there's that verb again. So in good health he will, our son will go. And it's quite a long chapter, this one, we're almost there. Kai hugi einon, and in good health he will come to us. And your eyes will see on that day in which he comes to you, hogiainon, in good health. Me logon eki. So be quiet, do not have a word. It could also mean don't worry, but it's literally do not have a word. It seems to be something like be quiet. And do not fear regarding him, Adelphi, sister. For a good angel will go with him, which in fact is exactly what is happening. Kai, and his way, you odothesatai, there's that you hodoo verb again, to prosper, and his way will be prospered. So his journey will be prosperous, will be prospered, and he will return hugiainon in good health. Kai asige sen klausa, and weeping she fell silent. And that's the end of chapter 5.